barrier somewhere, roughed it swiftly. It's back in without spun and
It's still going, it's cosmetic. Answers our question earlier. Steve Finch just catching the barrier on the front of that Fiesta R5. Doing a bit of damage. It looks worse than it is, I think, and he doesn't look too fazed by it. I just grabbed him as he was running past the van. We will do some stage end interviews at the end of 2. But for now, we'll continue to bring you action from the stage. We should have some live visuals. Bring those up. There we go. There's that very, very sideways angle. I absolutely love watching that thing out. And I think me posting a little video and talking about that angle the other day got those two fired up as well. And John and Laura have promised that they will go sideways all day, and they're living up to that promise so far. Right, we have our results in. At the moment, John Griffiths, Emma Morrison there. Plan for the day, mission, keep Michael Igoe behind, isn't exactly working. Michael Igoe is 9 seconds ahead in the lead of this rally at the first stage in that Citroen C3 Rally 2. Griffiths and Morrison, though, second place, just 5 seconds ahead of the hard-charging Patrick O'Donovan and Jack Morton. The second of the Hyundais behind them on an identical time, 9 minutes 8 seconds through this first stage. Ollie O'Donovan, Ashley Morris. Chris West, Steve Cox then out of the blocks for the first time. Our former circuit rally champions in that Peugeot 306 Maxi. Here with a strapped up knee, not expecting big things, just getting the car back out. A bit of a shakedown for the Northwest stages, the opening round of the Pro Tyre Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championship, of course. Not here registered for championship points, but we will bring you the story of the event, as well as the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship, because we do hope that our competitors here on these events will actually register for the championship through the season. So it's always good to bring you a bit of a flavour of the event, as well as just the championship story itself. And Chris West and Steve Cox currently dropping into 5th place. That is a fast start from them in the Peugeot 306 Maxi. Cost him a wing mirror here on this paddock section of the stage, but I'm not sure he'll mind too much about that. Paul Murrow, Jonathan Kennedy behind in 6th place in the Fiesta R5. Then it's Tony Robinson, Paul Spooner, Kyron Hankin, James Swallow, all quite close at this part of the leaderboard as well. 9th place is the first of our 2-wheel drive cars. It's Martin Hodgson with Tony Jones alongside in the blue Mark II Championship leaders for Class C, as we mentioned earlier. And rounding out the top 10 at this stage, James Garner, Jordan Joins in that orange Darien 290 GTR, the car that won in 2019 the overall Circuit Rally Championship, with an issue down near the pit lane with a stalled car. Can't quite see from here who that is. Push with blue smoke as they get the car fired back up, but it just got in the way of a couple of other cars going on the hairpin. Luckily, they all managed to get away with that one. Oliver Hucklebridge, Dylan Thomas, back out with us here at Snetterton. Didn't do this rally last year. It's quite a majority of competitors on the entry. It's a 9-strong entry, by the way. A fair old majority of them haven't done this rally before. I took a picture of earlier. When that dropped onto my list. But it looks good, doesn't it? That unarched Chevette HS. Front air down, but lack of arches, unlike the Alistair Stables variety, the HSR with the big boxy wide arches. Just done the Chevette, Rally Heroes series with Sarah Crabtree on the Great British Car Journey. If you haven't seen that yet, features some great shots from special stage as well, from the RAC Rally, the historic Rally Festival, and various other events. Check that out by going to the Great British Car Journey on Facebook. Nigel Booley and Tia Booley got a top 10 in Class E last year in that RS Escort Mark II. It was a very nice cars at McDonald's this morning. Now you know a little something about my morning and how that went. On the way to the circuit. Focus RSs, American police cars. Blues Brothers style American police car. Very cool part there. And a lovely red Mark II big wide arch escort as well. As you see David Rowley and Max Mully through in their escort. Let's call it a kit car, and their escort kit car. It's not really, but it'll do. It gives us a flavour. Ellie Taylor, Cat Lund alongside in that Fiesta R2 there. If you're just tuning in, welcome to Special Stage and welcome to round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. It is the Snetterton Stages Rally. GB Finch is our event sponsor, and GB Finch is well represented here, as they were at Brands Hatch with 2 cars. Steve Finch himself driving the Fiesta R5, Scott Rayner in the second of those cars. Sam Forden was down to be inside that Fiesta R5. You may remember he was in with Ashley at the last round in that junior WRC car. Not sure really why Ashley Davies is not here. Try and grab a word with him. He's always fun to talk to on his live streams if he does turn up later. I've said to Sam I'll also talk to him in the paddock later as well, and we'll do a bit of a walk around and get you some reaction from our crews, as well as some stage end after 2 stages. Oh, I do like a nice unarched Mark II RS 2000. Andy Yeomans, John Shepherd, Derby and Sheffield respectively, almost as long a journey as me down here to Norfolk. Gerald Boyden, Sean Hunnable in the 2.5 litre white Mark II, getting very sideways. Andy and John backing off and taking discretion as the better part of honour there. Jeff Gourier, Ben Taylor in the Paul Sheard Mazda MX-5. Got a 12th place in class finish, which is on the overall leaderboard last year. And there is the lady leading the championship in Class F, Kay Thompson. Reese Brooks alongside in that little Micra. 13th on the overall championship standings. Wasn't with us at Brands Hatch, but certainly showing at the moment the rest of the competitors in that class have a clean pair of heels. 2nd place in the class to open proceedings at Alton Park, followed by class victory at Cadwell, and 4th place at Donington Park. They'll be looking to get some more good points on the board to further lock in that championship position as we head into the latter part of the Winter Rally Championship, this MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. To remind you, this is, as you see, Maz Miller. On the overall leaderboard, 2 top 10 finishers on both of the events they've competed on, Cadwell Park and Donington Park in that little Micra, challenging Kay Thompson if they can for that class going into the last part of the championship season. Adam Jones, Thomas Jones locking up the Peugeot 206. Woodford, what are you doing? GTI coming into this chicane in the paddock. It is slippery out here. Mild conditions, beautiful conditions actually. It's lovely, but it is slippery, and the paddock obviously hasn't been used for anything so far this season, and for a lot of the end of last year as well. So pretty greasy, I think, is the word that we'll go with to describe this morning's stage. So to remind you, after the senior entry list has completed, we've got a train of cars. Do like that Mark III Fiesta of Dan Wright, Mark Anderson. The horn works as well. Yeah, so after the main field, we have the opening round of the Junior F1000 Rally Championship. Reigning champion Charlie Matthewson back to defend that title. Which is an interesting move, isn't it? Selling his little Peugeot, his trusty Peugeot, that took him to championship victory last season. He caught up with the F1000 Junior crews at Cadwell Park, you may remember, and although they're not part of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship fraternity, they are very much an important part of our rally community, and we will catch up with the juniors as well as the seniors after their second stage. They'll follow through into the stage. It goes senior rally, junior rally, follows in that order right the way through. We will miss the very last stage of the juniors as we are doing our championship celebrations after stage 6 of the rally. We'll bring you plenty of action from them throughout. Quite a few of the challengers from last time out are back with us this season and kicking things off here in Norfolk. As I mentioned, Charlie Matthewson, who has Ian Bass alongside in the VW Up, that new car for the Matthewsons team. Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull. Cracking little driver, Mackenzie. His dad, Rob, runs Steve Bannister. They're a rally family, and it is definitely following in the family. Rob has that gorgeous, huge, fat, wide-arched orange Mark II. You must have seen it. If you know, you know. They went well. They were 4th in the Junior F1000 Championship last season. They'll be looking to challenge Mr. Matthewson, I'm sure. Josh Slaughter, Andy Walshaw also back with us in the Citroen C1. They were 5th in the championship. And then Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow, was 6th. A few other championship contenders from last season joining us, and some new names as well, and we'll give you a flavour of the action from the juniors after this stage is complete. Last few cars on the stage coming through the gravel section here. How good does that Chevette look bouncing through the gravel here at Snetterton to finish this stage? Great layout here, and good creative configurations from the organisers as well, which means we've got plenty of stage mileage. 7.5 miles this first stage. 9.4 miles the second stage layout for 3 and 4. As we speak, the competitors just coming through into the paddock. The juniors then trundling out to start the stage for their first stage of the day here at Snetterton, and indeed their first stage of this new championship season for them. David Large, Dave Ottaway, coming through the final time control. We'll bring you a roundup of the class positions. As well, Michael Igoe, though, leading the way by 9 seconds from John Griffiths, Emma Morrison. The battle for the championship potting up here. And of course, that is also the story of Class A. In Class B, Steve Hill, Matt Daniels, all that experience inside that Evo 6 leading the way. 13 seconds ahead of Wayne Labalestia in that Mitsubishi Evo 3 that went so well last time out at Brands Hatch. There is that glorious, and very sideways, I'm pleased to say, Ford Anglia of John and Laura Coolidge. Tommy Meadows, who you may remember in that Fiesta R2 and now the Peugeot R2, and works for the WRC here, supporting his other half Laura, and servicing today for that pair in the Anglia. Stuart Cadman, back to the class results. 3rd place in the Mitsubishi Evo 4. It's very much a Mitsubishi class at the moment. Sam Gendy, Samantha Bartlett in 4th in their Mitsubishi. It's Evo 6, Evo 3, Evo 4, Evo 9. That's interesting, isn't it? Not to forget, of course, there were 4 different manufacturers in the top 4 of the rally overall at Brands Hatch last time out. Ford, Citroen, Hyundai, and remind me what the 4th manufacturer was at the head of that. Ford, Citroen, Hyundai. There were, at Brands Hatch, there were 4 different manufacturers. Now, my mind's gone blank, but there were definitely 4 manufacturers, and that is a fantastic sight, and very positive for club rallying here in the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. Class C, Chris West, Steve Cox lead the way in the Peugeot 306 Maxi, Martin Hodgson, Tony Jones 2nd place, James Garner, Jordan Joins in 3rd in the Darien. Not far behind Alistair Stables, Neil Jones. Class D, Alex Stubbs, Rhys Edwards in the Mark II Escort. Just saw them trundle past us at the stage finish. Lead the way from Sam Cox and Georgia Russell in the naughty sounding Renault Clio 3. Anthony Allery, Steve Grinnell, very sideways through there. They are third place, and the even more sideways, Scott Rayner, Lee Dyke in fourth place in that class. Class E, Paul Sheard leads the way, comes here third place in the overall championship. Stellar season from him, and it's going just as well here at round 5. Mick Johnson, Peter Pearce, second place. Joseph Duffy, Daniel Duffy, miles from the home of Lotus here at Snetterton, our third place in Class E. Class F results still dropping in right now. You can follow them at rallies.info. We've got the junior F1000 crews up next here at Snetterton, and if you just tuned in, this is round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship from Snetterton. All of the coverage this year, all of our live and recorded highlights programs here at Special Stage will be on specialstage.tv, the new home of Rally TV, which we launched last night. Wherever you're watching, on YouTube, on Facebook, on specialstage.tv, welcome along. We'll have a competition for you later, thanks to Rallying is Life, Dan Elmore's Rally Merchandise Company. We do have a competition to give away a Special Stage t-shirt. So do tune in later. All you've got to do is join us on the live coverage and put a comment underneath the stream on either YouTube or Facebook, and we will select somebody at random, and we'll share a picture of that t-shirt later. But cracking array of merchandise on Rallying is Life. If you haven't seen it yet, check out the Facebook page. Just search for Rallying is Life. I have an apology to make to Louise Coolidge. It's Louise, his mum, inside the Anglia today, and I also saw her in the service area earlier, so no excuses, Woodford. And I just realised that because I saw the GT86, and of course, Laura Coolidge is inside that car with Ryan Lewis. So apologies to Louise Coolidge for that. So it was John and Louise going ever so sideways in that yellow Anglia and entertaining us on this first stage of the day. We'll get that ironed out for the second stage, I promise. Just the last few senior cars on our entry coming through this stage now, as the junior F1000 crews get ready for action. There's Raid Matwee, Christian Brown in the Silverstone Rally School sponsored Nissan Micra. Fantastic looking car, that. Is that Jonathan Elliott Jones, Matthew Dance going slowly on the gravel section? I can't quite see, I think it is. Yeah, in the Corsa kit car. Problem then for the Corsa pair right at the end of this stage, pulling up on the gravel section just before the chicane. Quite an unfortunate place to encounter a car on that slippery braking zone. Another 7.5 mile blast then through this first stage layout here at Snetterton. Yeah, Jonathan out of the car. Crew okay, but car going no further today. Another 7.5 mile blast around Snetterton for stage 2. Similar to what we've just seen. Michael Igoe currently leading by 9 seconds to John Griffiths. And we'll have them back out to do battle once again in a short while after we've had our junior F1000 crews through. Rallies.info, you get your live results. Have we got Class F results in yet? Let's have a look. We do. John Bray, Will Bray leading the way then, and it's a good margin as well from Kay Thompson and Reese Brooks, who come here in the Nissan Micra leading the championship in that class. Maz Miller, Ian Davidson coming in third at the moment in Class F with a few times left to go. So your top 10 looks like this. Michael Igo, Will Atkins in the Citroen C3 Rally 2, leading the way, 9 seconds as well. That's a good margin from John Griffiths and Emma Morrison. That is the battle for the championship. And that is the battle for today, with Patrick O'Donovan and Jack Morton not far behind. Ollie O'Donovan, Ashley Morrison in fourth. And it's Chris West, Steve Cox, not here for championship points, but here's a approval point as former champions in that 306 Maxi and doing just that. Paul Murrow, Jonathan Kennedy behind them. Tony Robinson, Paul Spooner, Kyron Hankin, James Swallow, Martin Hodgson, Tony Jones, and James Garner, Jordan Joins, completing the top 10. We will be back for action from the juniors through this first stage of the day here at Snetterton, round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship in a few minutes' time. For now, we'll roll with the ads and change our location. See you very shortly. Be tuned. Right then, welcome back to Snetterton for round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. Michael Igoe leads the way in that championship battle from John Griffiths. 9 seconds the difference at this stage. The championship battle well underway. Patrick O'Donovan just behind as well, and will absolutely feature in that battle today. And I reckon they get a good point score today, and the championship battle could also be on, so watch that very closely. Right now, though, it's time for the Junior F1000 Rally Championship. Reigning champion Charlie Matthewson, Ian Bass alongside in the VW Up, the new car for him, having won the championship last season, is on the stage as we speak, and we're going to be getting reaction from our junior crews at the end of this stage. A long season for Charlie, no doubt, being raring to go and get back out in that new car and to defend the championship. Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull, though, no doubt will have the bit between their teeth. They were 4th place in the juniors last season in the Suzuki Alto, also on the stage. And there is Josh Slaughter, Andy Walshaw, who were just behind in 5th place in the championship standings in their Citroen C1. Snetterton didn't feature on the Junior F1000 Championship calendar last season, so we are opening proceedings here. As you see, Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow on the limiter in their little Micra in 6th place in the championship. They come here with a blank slate, looking to get as close to the top of that leaderboard as they possibly can. So yeah, so it's a new venue to our junior crews. These guys all aged between 14 and 17, but most of them towards the lower end of that age range, with experienced international co-drivers alongside, or national co-drivers I should say, Daniel Taylor, Stuart Gilks in the Citroen C1. You may remember from our Brands Hatch coverage that Daniel got some experience in the other seat in his Lotus Bits C1, with Stuart Gilks doing the driving last time out in the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. So back in the driver's seat, back in the Junior F1000 Championship, and a little bit more experience to add to his proceedings. Right, we'll head to the end of the stage and we will await our junior crews in. George Fenner, Latio, Izzy Holman in the Nissan Micra in the Silverstone Rally School car, just almost clattering into the furniture here in the paddock at Snetterton. 7.5 miles then this stage. Juniors doing I believe it's the same mileage as the seniors. Somebody will no doubt correct me if that's wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And as we saw last season, if you tuned into our coverage, you will have seen at Brands Hatch, the juniors were doing a cracking job. Experience is not something they have, but bravery they have in bucket loads, and talent as well. There's a lot of skill out there, and these are the future competitors in our sport. The future stars of UK rallying, of course. Wasn't so long ago that Chris Ingram was inside a little Citroen C1 junior car, and then he won the European Rally Championship and is now a WRC2 driver, of course, and launched his livery reveal on the harbour in Monaco with Prince Michael. It's not Prince Michael, is it? But yeah, a high-profile launch for the former European rally champion who started his rallying here in the Junior F1000 Championship, showing just what this series can lead to. Mackenzie Snowden hustling Largo, Lloyd Edwards and Caron Tomlinson in the Peugeot 107. Talking to Caron earlier in the paddock here, and or in the service area here, and amusingly, he was so relaxed. I've never seen Caron, or indeed a lot of these competitors, so relaxed. There's a real relaxed air. I don't know if it's because it's a lot milder than the last few rounds of the Circuit Rally Championship or what, but for some reason everybody very chilled this morning. Whether that will be the case going into the second stage, who knows? We will get reaction from our crews at the end of stage 2. The stage then starts at the back near the medical centre here at Snetterton, if you know the venue layout. He then heads out towards Agostini. And our competitors do some fast-flowing sections of stage on the circuit. Prince Albert of Monaco, isn't it? Of course, Prince Michael. It's Prince Michael of Kent. Getting my princes mixed up, but I'm not getting my rally drivers mixed up. Well, I am actually, aren't I? Laura Coolidge wasn't inside that Anglia, so yeah, we'll have that as well. We'll add that to the list. It's early, it's stage one. You can forgive me. I've got a bit of man flu as well, hence the croaky voice. But we're tanked up and we are out rallying, so there's no better place to be for a spot of recovery. But, you know, any blokes out there watching, you know how bad man flu is. Any women out there watching will be rolling their eyes and tutting, but you just don't know how bad it is. It's awful. Anyway, you are tuned into round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. This is the Snetterton Stages Rally, and as you look at the stage right now, we have the future stars of rallying competing for the biggest prize in motorsport for kids aged 14 to 17, the Junior F1000 Rally Championship. Got to say, from the days that I did the F1000 Rally Championship with Joe Taylor, the prep, and this nothing against any championship back then, because you know some of the guys we rallied against win big things in rallying and still compete today. But the prep today of these cars is phenomenal. Again, if you go to rallies.info, there is a separate results section for the juniors. Jalilia Mohammed, Michael Gilby, star co-driver. We need to try and catch it with Michael Gilby, don't we, who is going from here today in Norfolk to North Yorkshire for the Riponian tomorrow, and sitting alongside Chris Ingram in that Works spec David Appleby Engineering TR7. That'll be some trip north. We'll be doing a similar trip north, but we won't be then climbing into a thumping great V8 monster of British rallying tomorrow. I'm not talking about Chris, I'm talking about the car, of course. But Michael Gilby will be. But today, he's doing his bit for the sport, because these juniors need experienced hands alongside them to help get the most out of these cars and these events as they get guided through their introduction to the sport. There's a lot to take in. You know, I'm always impressed, but never more so than in recent years, at how composed our junior drivers are, how well they take all this ride. You'll see that in just a moment. If you didn't, William Thompson, Alan Edwards threw in their micro. If you didn't see that at Canol Park, then you're about to see it now. It'll be a display of maturity like you've never seen. Imagine being 14 and being strapped into a rally car and competing, having to listen to instructions and notes and get the merges and the splits right on a single venue like this, and get it wound up and carry your speed through fast sections like we've got here, like on the back of the circuit at Snetterton. Imagine that. And then having to compose yourself and do an interview with me at the end of the stage, which is what they now have to do, and they won't realise that they're doing that either. So that will be an experience for them as well. Hey, you may remember the particular composure we saw from Mackenzie Snowden, who on the first stage at Cadwell, very slippery first stage, went off at Barn, clattered the side of the Suzuki Alto, and spent the rest of the day with the side all taped up with basically plastic wrapping covering his window, flapping away but alongside him while he was doing the rest of the event. Still managed to get a podium. Just didn't faze him at all. It really is quite remarkable. Funnily enough, if you haven't seen it yet, check the special stage page. Or specialstage.tv, indeed, where you'll find all of our coverage now. The new home for Rally TV online and on TV. We did a feature at Rally Rides. Ian Ross's rally school over in Worcester, and my 7-year-old Toby actually climbed into a rally Subaru. First time he's driven anything pretty much. And just amazing how young minds work. Just jump in a rally car, steer it around a rally stage, sideways with Dan Petrie was the instructor, so he was working the pedals on the opposite side of the car, and Toby's just steering away, opposite locking, easy as you like. And these juniors just display that same. Do we call it composure? Do we call it work ethic? They just get stuck in, don't they? Just doesn't phase them. Daniel Bickard, Alex Mill through the paddock section of the stage. Interesting to start the championship, actually, this, because they've got a mix of everything. Starts on the circuit, and it is fast. It then goes through into the paddock section that you're looking at now on the screen, and finishes on the gravel. So, real baptism of fire for our junior crews. As I say, if you go to rallies.info, click on Snetterton Junior Stage Rally, you should. Right, we have our first times in, and it's interesting. Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow leading the way, actually 9 seconds ahead of Mackenzie Snowden and Jonathan Turnbull, and in third place, just 3 seconds behind them, Charlie Mathewson, Ian Bass, our reigning junior champion, in third place after the first stage here at Snetterton. New car for Charlie. I'm interested to know why, actually. I will ask that question. He won the championship last season in, was it a Citroen he was in, or was it a Peugeot? Citroen C1. That Mathewson's branding that you'll recognise from the Bangers and Cash programme on Yesterday TV. And he's now got a very smart, I've got to say, looking Volkswagen Up. And they've gone big on the livery. With the gold wheels, it really does look fab, and it matches the Mark II Escort that the Mathewsons run as well. They've got a Mark I and a Mark II, actually, haven't they? They did Moulton Forest Rally with them both, and I think it was the Mark II that was looking a little second-hand and sorry for itself after that event, wasn't it? Heard a rumour that the Mathewsons took both those cars directly to the Classic Car Show at the NEC, still covered in North Yorkshire mud. Right, our first junior competitor is through into the finish. Charlie Mathewson, our reigning champion, coming here to defend that championship. And nothing says I'm coming, and I'm coming hard, more than a new car when you're the reigning champion. And that is what has happened here, although it's a third place start to the day for Charlie Mathewson. 3 seconds off Mackenzie Snowden and Jonathan Turnbull, who will be second on the road here behind, and they're a further 9 seconds back from Riley Chester and Victoria Swallow in the micro, who we said they looked quick through this paddock section. They were throwing that little micro around, and the results of that are what you see. I tell you what, we'll move a little bit further up, just past the time control here. And we'll stop our cruise just after this time control, just at the back of the paddock. There's quite a trundle round from the end of the stage to where we're interviewing them, which is why it seems like a long time since you saw that Mathewson's Volkswagen on the stage. But here it comes. Just waiting for their correct time to come into the final control. And then our MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship contenders will be back into the stage for the second stage of the day here at round 5 of the championship. And we will catch up with all of our crews at the end of that stage to find out how things have gone so far. Michael Igoe leading the way. John Griffiths, don't forget, reigning champion, defending champion, with Emma Morrison alongside, had one mission for today, and that was mission, keep Igoe behind. Hasn't gone that well so far, but 9 seconds is the gap at this stage. It's not a big one, but Michael Igoe has proven himself so far this season to be a competitor that you don't want to be chasing down from early in the day. It's not a comfortable place to be, but it is the place that they now find themselves.
What's the last number?
A helicopter buzzes overhead, and I wonder, is that Jonathan Palmer coming to watch some circuit rallying here at Snetterton? The MSV venue looks stunning as ever. It's quite nice coming to, it's not Jonathan Palmer, it's red. Unless he's gone full rebrand mode on the helicopter. It's quite nice coming to circuit venues at this time of the year, this time of the season, because as I know well, this is the time of the season when you're just getting things ready for the season. You bit of investment gone in over the winter break, bit of work gone in while you've got the chance to do it, and everything looks absolutely fresh. And place is looking absolutely spot on. Busy season here at Snetterton as well. If you go to the Snetterton circuit website, you can have a look at what you've got to look forward to this season. We'll let Charlie just come out of the time control before we grab him. Does look smart, doesn't it, with its Yesterday TV branding. Matthewson's the classic car people who you will recognise from Bangers and Cash. Charlie Matthewson, look at him, chilled as anything. Elbow out. You can tell he's been driving cars for a few years, can't you? And he is our reigning junior F1000 rally champion in that new Volkswagen up. Ian Bass guiding him through the finer details of a sport that requires some discipline, and waiting at the time control to make sure you clock in at the right time is one of those disciplines. Charlie Matthewson now into 4th place. George Fenner-Lateo, Izzy Holman in 2nd now, and just 2 seconds back from the lead, held by Riley Chester and Victoria Swallow. Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull, you can just see in that white Suzuki Alto just behind. Charlie, we see you chilled out with your elbow outside that window. Back in 4th place after that first stage, reigning champion with a new car. Yeah. Does that bring pressure?
Not really, but it's a new thing to get used to, isn't it? Obviously from the Peugeot, handling's different. I've got power steering in this, which is lovely, but also not lovely because I'm not used to it. Yep. And out there is so slippy. You know, you're in 3rd gear, just trying to help it round, and she's trying to come round on you. So it was probably a little bit too cautious, that run. Yep. But it's all learning, isn't it? We're getting used to it, so that's the main thing.
Reigning champ, and he's stepped up his media, as you can tell. Doesn't mind this camera, does he? Wow, Mackenzie, what a stage from you. That looked fun.
Yeah, God, a bit slippy, but yeah, all in all.
How was that gravel section? You looked like you were really going for it through there.
Yeah, using a lot of handbrake. Really good, yeah.
Co-driver grinning. Yeah, it's all good inside there, and the results speak for themselves. 3rd place after the opening stage, Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull in that Suzuki Alto. Here we go, Josh Slaughter, Andy Walshaw. Good stage from you. You're in the hunt, you're in the fight.
Yeah, it was right, very wet. We spun twice, I think. Just in the faster corners, just completely lost control, but...
Shows you trying. We like a tryer. We all love a tryer in rallying. Yeah. You've been here before in the championship, but you haven't been to Snetterton before, so baptism of fire to start the season. Yeah,
well, no one's ever been here. Didn't know what to expect. Got what we deserved, really. Pushing a bit too hard, but yeah, it's all right. Got long stages ahead of us, so we get going.
I love that. We got what we deserved. Josh Slaughter, a grin on his face, couple of spins in that stage, nothing to worry about at this stage. But our leaders so far, 2 seconds lead at the moment. Riley Chester and Victoria Swallow. That was a good way to start the day.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
Big smile on your face. You've got a bit of everything here at Snetterton. None of you have been here before. You've got the gravel, you've got the circuit, and it's fast out there.
Yeah, it's really fast, slippy as well, but all good.
All good. There is your Junior F1000 Rally Championship leader, Riley Chester. We're going to just divert off because, as you can see, the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship crews are back in action, and we will get back to some of the reaction from our junior crews very shortly. There you go, our rally leaders, Michael Igo, Will Atkins, heading through this 2nd stage of the day. 9 seconds their advantage coming into this. Just a bit of logistics planning, actually. Thomas Marriott, Rob Brooke. Tough stage in that first one for them, but a few events last season. Experienced co-driver alongside Rob's club motorsport business. Sells a lot of safety gear up and down these paddocks and service areas. And Here he is lending his experience in the co-driver seat with Thomas. 9th place to start the day from this pair. You know what, they're only 4 seconds off Henrik and Will in 8th place. They're only another 2 seconds off Largo, Lloyd Edwards and Caron Tomlinson in 7th. It's nice and tight in this leaderboard here in the Junior F1000 Rally Championship. You are watching our MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship contenders out there on the 2nd stage of the day, and we will have some reaction from them as well. It's going to get busy with the results at the end here. Thomas, 9th place to start the day. It's tricky out there, isn't it?
It is, yeah. The gravel is very, very slippy, especially on tarmac tyres, obviously, and the cars are so light, they just slide over the place. It's brilliant. Yeah, overall good start. It's not bad. Slippy out there, very, very greasy. A few squeak one moments, but apart from that, it's been all right.
How old are you, Thomas?
15.
There you go. If you're 15 and you're watching rallying, that is how you do it. Composed, enthusiastic, and not letting it phase him. They're enjoying themselves, and that, at the end of the day, is what it is all about. Well, you look like you enjoyed that out there. You were chucking it around.
Good.
Happy enough with that to start off?
Yeah, I was happy with that. Yeah,
So you did a few rallies last year, Lego. We spoke to you at Cadwell, and you were enjoying yourself there. What's this year about for you? Is it about trying to now get the results on top of that experience?
no, get to finish most of the rallies. Yeah, confidence and experience. Yeah.
There we go. Confidence and getting to the end is his mission for this year, and is at the end of the 1st stage. Caron Tomlinson doing a fantastic job in the co-driver seat, helping his driver with a few pointers there at the finish as well. William Thompson, Alan Edwards, 6th place so far after that 1st stage. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm quite happy. We had a bit of an off, but that was a bit just a combination of cold tyres and slip on the surface. Very slippery, but very fun out there.
Well, if you're going to go off, at least know how and why you went off, so you can avoid it a second time. Can't ask for more than that.
So we were coming through the dirt section, nearly went off, nearly hit a barrier, also coming through the chicane. You know, it was very slippery around there, so we're like, on the road.
I love the enthusiasm. William enjoying himself inside that car. I forgot about that. The kids call it dirt, don't they? We used to call it gravel. Most of us still do, but no. If you're 14, 15, 16, you call it dirt. Carl Green is in 10th place, just inside our top 10 after that 1st stage. Happy with performance through that?
Yeah, no, we had a big spin. I'm into a chicane, but, you know, we've got to grips with the surface levels and whatnot, so just push on through the day now.
What's the plan this season? Just get to the finish and get some experience under your belt, or are you going to be gunning for them?
Yeah, it's all about the experience, really. We're in it for a good time.
Horrible question to ask a young lad, but they know how to answer these questions. They do a great job of it. I mean, most adult rally drivers would struggle with that question, and these guys didn't know I was going to be here either. What position were we at that stage? You probably don't want to know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. You are in 8th place. That's a good start, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Bit of a mix of everything out there. Blimey, it's hot in here. Have you got your heaters on?
A bit, just a bit, yeah. Yeah, I like the gravel. On the first loop, I didn't know how slippy it was, just spun, but got back up really fast, so that's good. But yeah, we'll see how it goes now.
So, improvement stage 2, you're hoping?
Yeah.
8th place for Henry and Mark. There they go, out of the finish. And again, flicking down the results, you can do the same at rallies.info. Daniel was in 12th place after that 1st stage. It's all about the experience and getting those miles under your belt here, isn't it?
Yeah, it was my 1st stage, 1st rally. So I didn't really know what to expect, but I think it went well. We did clip the mirror, but that's an easy fix.
Easy fix, it's also something you've got to do. You've got to have a few mirrors clipped if you're trying hard on a circuit rally, haven't you? 1st rally, 1st stage, and you're doing tarmac, you're doing paddock with the spectators here, which brings its own pressure, and you're doing gravel. That must be an incredible experience.
Yeah, it's really difficult, especially as it's my 1st rally. It's new, so...
How old are you?
I'm 14. Yeah,
fantastic. Just let that sink in if you're watching at home. Just let that sink in. 14 years old, gravel, tarmac, spectators, and there he is. Doing a job out there. Right, where are we? Janelli at 11th place after that. You looked like you were having fun. Is that a fair assumption?
It was good. It was alright, yeah.
Looking it around, you've got an experienced pair of hands alongside Michael Gilby. You're going to be hot-footing it to Yorkshire tomorrow to sit in a certain TR7, aren't you?
That's correct, yes. Although this event is a priority. TR7 is TR7. I was pushing, I was saying this is flat and that's flat, and she was listening to me, and in a couple of places my ambition caused us to come unstuck, but no, Lulu's done a great job.
That is Michael's ambition. Lulu, is that what we're calling you here today? But what's your ambition for this? How many rounds have you done? Baptism of fire then here at Snet, because you've got a bit of everything, haven't you?
Yeah.
Big smile on your face, and that is what it's all about. Second rally. And a shake of a hand inside that car. They enjoyed themselves there. Now, this isn't a junior car, this is the Corsa that broke down. We'll just step out of the way through that last stage. Jonathan Elliott-Jones, Matthew Dance getting that Corsa running again and getting it out of the stage. I believe that was our last junior. As you are watching our MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship contenders on this second stage. Ollie O'Donovan, Ashley Morris got some damage to their Hyundai. As you will have seen, it is crabbing on that stage. So a struggle on for the second of the Hyundai is the one that came third place last time out, the one that didn't have the bigger struggle of the two. Patrick O'Donovan still in third place at the moment. Let's have a look. Times are in then for stage 2. At the moment, Michael Igoe, Will Atkins are still leading the way, but it is still just 9 seconds. So John Griffiths, Emma Morrison have really got the hammer down and stuck hard to the back of that section C3, metaphorically speaking, of course. Making sure that Igoe and Atkins don't get too far ahead. 9 seconds of a lead they opened up through the opening 7.5 miles here at Snetterton, but John Griffiths and Morrison keeping that gap at 9 seconds. And then, interestingly, and this is going to be good for the story, Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Morton on an identical overall time to John Griffiths, Emma Morrison. Again, both of them 9 seconds back from our rally leader. That is going to be one heck of a fight. Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Morton have entered the fray. They are in the hunt now here at round 5 of the championship. Michael Igoe, Will Atkins, John Griffiths, Emma Morrison, Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Morton, the first 3 competitors through the finish of this second stage. You saw them out there all pushing hard, and we will see them very shortly here and get their reaction after 2 stages of 6 of this 5th round of the series. John Griffiths, Emma Morrison then did a good job of keeping Igoe and Atkins at bay, but now they've got to keep their eye on those wing mirrors as well, and that Fiesta R5 mind games perhaps there from Michael Igoe, Will Atkins just making sure that the lights of that C3 Rally 2 appear very ominously coming into the stop control here at the back of the paddock at Snetterton. You definitely know they're behind. You definitely know that that C3 Rally 2 is behind you. And I'm just looking down now at the live results. Chris West, Steve Cox really are going some. 25 seconds off the lead. And in 4th place overall in that Peugeot 306 Maxi. Champions here in the Circuit Rally Championship. You don't need me to remind you of that. Paul Murrow, Jonathan Kennedy, though, as far as the championship is concerned. Just behind. After, I would imagine, a fairly tense start to the day. They didn't join us at Brands Hatch, Paul Murrow, but 3 top 10s to start the season. 6th place at Alton Park, 3rd place at Cadwell Park, 5th place at Donington. Makes them 7th place in the overall championship standings, coming here to round 5 in Norfolk. 3rd place in the class positions on that leaderboard as things stand. So Ollie O'Donovan and Ashley Morris look like they've suffered some damage in there. I've got a feeling while we're interviewing they will dart past us to get into service, but we will try and get a word with them in the Hyundai. Find out what's gone on there. It did look like it was crabbing, didn't it? Didn't look like a healthy rally car. Tony Robinson, Paul Spooner came 4th place last time out, narrowly missing out on the podium at Brands Hatch. Currently in 7th place overall. Not a million miles back from the fight either. Sean Quigley, Colin Quigley, there or thereabouts in 8th place as things stand. A solid top 10 performance from them 2 stages into this. 6 stages of Snetterton. If you just tuned in, welcome to Special Stage. Perhaps you're tuned in on specialstage.tv, the new home of Rally TV, online and on TV. All of our live coverage and indeed our highlights programmes all in one place, along with special features and events that have been and gone, including the RAC rally coverage that everyone is still talking about. We enjoyed that, didn't we? You can watch it all at specialstage.tv. Hello to you if you tuned in on there, or indeed directly on YouTube or on Facebook. It's good to have you with us. We will have a competition for you in the afternoon stream. We're going to be live for stages 5 and 6 to finish the day. Our reigning champions, John Griffiths and Emma Morrison, come into the stop control. That Witham Oils sponsored Fiesta R5. John had a big grin on his face this morning, and Emma looks like she's enjoying
Stop the rot, shall we say, not giving too much of a lead. I wasn't banking on as young Patrick coming up behind us, so well, it's all fun and games.
Identical times.
Yeah, no, I'm pleased with that. We pushed hard. The cone section, I don't know if we've got penalties or not. It's so narrow, it's basically impossible not to hit one, but we'll see.
This isn't a rally decided by penalties. You might argue the last one could well have been. John Griffiths, Emma Morrison wanted a big push through there. They got it, but they didn't bank on young Patrick coming through behind and sitting on an identical overall time after 2 stages. Patrick O'Donovan, Jack Morton rumbling through in that Hyundai behind the C3 Rally 2 of Michael Igoe and Will Atkins. The Williams Auctions pair, relatively new to rallying and to circuit rallying, switching from circuit racing in the British GT Championship in that Lamborghini. This is a very different prospect. WRC2 is the registration plate on that Citroen. Sounds like a signal of intent to me. Michael leads this rally by 9 seconds. He loves being interviewed on the stop line. Michael, 9 seconds of a lead. It's not comfortable, but you're the way you need to be.
Yeah, no, it's tricky conditions. It's challenging out there. We didn't find anywhere near the pace that we thought we'd find in that stage, but we'll see what the next stage brings.
See what it brings indeed. Patrick O'Donovan, he's a rallycross star. We will forgive him for not stopping at the stop line. He's probably not used to stop line interviews, but we will grab him later on a little wander around the paddock. Disappointing not to be able to catch up and find out how things are inside that first of the Hyundais, but we will get a feel for what's going on inside the second of them. You saw this Shannon-sponsored Hyundai crabbing out there on the stage. Looked like they did have an issue. We'll have a really quick chat to Ollie, who won't want to stop for long. You have an issue out there, Ollie. Looked like the car wasn't quite set up right.
Yeah, broken the right rear corner, wishbone has gone and suspension.
That'll do the setter, won't it?
Yeah, I did upset it a wee bit, but hey, I'm sure we'll fix it.
Thank you for stopping. We did at least get a word from the second Hyundai. Couldn't really afford the time to stop. Ollie O'Donovan, Ashley Morris braking. Something on the rear co-driver's side suspension causing that car to crab. But I'll tell you what, as far as damage limitation goes, 6th overall, just 5 seconds behind Paul Murrow, Jonathan Kennedy. It's not bad, is it? With a car that was crabbing for most of the stage as we saw it through on our cameras. Tony Robinson, Paul Spooner in the Skoda, had a really good event at Brands. We'll be hoping for the same here again. Can we make that podium here today, Tony?
Well, I'd bloody well like to. I've been trying long enough. I don't know if sooner or later it'll come, but did a bit of a slow start. It's woken up now and give it the beans for the rest.
That looks like there's going to be a big push inside this Skoda. And that is the 4th car that I was mentioning earlier. 4 different manufacturers on the podium. Brands Hatch, Skoda, Ford, Citroen. Sean, you guys were going well out there.
Yeah, a bit of a scrappy start this morning, but yeah, we're finding our feet now, so it's getting better.
You looked a lot smoother through stage 2. Did you change much, or just the old mindset?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just purely the mindset. Nothing else. Everything else was fine. So yeah.
Tapping his helmet. Thank you, guys. The Quigley's enjoying themselves now that they've got that thing hooked up. It did look wild, didn't it, through the first stage of the day? But we like it wild, don't we? We don't mind it wild. Makes it more interesting. I'm hoping that Chris West stops for a quick chat in that 306 Maxi, but he's not part of the championship, and I know what he's like for wanting to dart off back to service, so we'll speak to him in a bit. Well, that was a good start from you guys, all told.
Yeah. First one we were just rusty. I just not been in car much, so we were a bit wooden. We were on wets, we should have been on super soft. But that one, once tyres come on, it was just a different.
Interesting to be fighting with the Maxi as well.
Yeah, no, it's good, very good.
Murray's getting it back, hooked in, wasn't in the last round, probably forgive him for being a little bit rusty, but wasn't that rusty, was he? Here we go then. Chris West, Steve Cox. Well, I tell you what, for someone who's got a bust-up knee, you even took a mirror off on that first stage. That was good.
Yeah, no, it's not going too bad. Just a gravel bit we're losing on, really. Can't go any faster on that. It's obviously I'm front-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive, so we're always going to have a disadvantage there. But no, I'm pleased with it, and I'm getting some seat time. I've been out of the car for a long time, and with a knackered leg as well, but I'm enjoying it. I'm going to have some fun today.
You used to use the front-wheel drive rally driver excuses when you won the championship as well. Different set of contenders now from when you did it. Is it weird to be back?
It is weird to be back, yeah. Obviously I'm older, and obviously everything progresses, everything comes on, you know, but I've had to progress this car, and there's still a few bits I want to do, but you know, it's part of it. But yeah, there's some quick boys out there. The entry is very strong today, so to be anywhere, if I can get in the top 8, I'll be happy with that.
Chris West, who, fair play to him, is holding on to his knee because he has damaged it in that accident on the road testing Andy Corner's 205 between Christmas and New Year. Come here. Martin Hodgson. Anything to avoid talking to me, but it ain't happening.
Talking to you, mate. I love talking to you.
You were leery out there in that first stage.
Yeah, well, it's slippy, isn't it? But it's slippy for everybody.
What championship to look at now?
We're doing all right in it, aren't we? Gently catch him monkey. I caught him.
Happy enough though?
Yeah, mega happy, mate. Mega happy. We're always happy. Always happy.
There we go. I told you that, didn't I? He's always smiling. He's always happy. Martin Hodgson, Tony Jones coming here 5th in the overall championship standings. That is not bad going, is it? In that Mark II. Alistair Stables here, though, having missed the last round, didn't he, at Brands? He's 6th overall. Also not bad at all. You will be wanting some points from today.
Definitely, Paul.
It's a case of keeping it neat and tidy and getting what you can.
Yeah, we went different tyres with Martin on the first 2, so we've been a bit slower, so I don't know if either he's just driving better or that was the right tyres. So.
It looked like you were just struggling for grip in this paddock section.
A wee bit, so we'll see what happens next 4.
Looked good on the gravel though, a Chevette fully sideways, good with the mist coming down that morning stage.
Yeah, we were happy, but just need to be faster.
He's in the fight and he knows it. He's quite happy with that performance so far. Alistair Stables, Neil Jones in that Chevette, which looked so good coming through that gravel section. Interestingly, we have a poorly looking Darien. James Garner, Jordan Joins, having to be pushed through the stop control here at the finish. The team just pushing the car in. Is it the team or is it a couple of helpful spectators? Either way, not how you want to be running back into service, but at least they are running back into service.
I'll walk with you. Open the door for us. What's going on?
Coach again. Second brand new racing and everything brand new. Gone again.
Can you do anything?
We're going to try. So
Try and get that Darien sorted. James Garner, Jordan joins.
Having to be pushed in.
Days of Thunder style. Steve Hill, Matt Daniels here. It's a long time. It's a long time since he was in the forest in a Sierra Cosworth in the Lombard RAC rally. Steve, this looks glorious out there. It's very much battle with the Mitsubishis as well, isn't it, in your class?
Oh, it's a big old beast to chuck around. It's good fun.
Not as big as the beast that you used to chuck around in the forest, though.
No, it's about the same, but, you know, it's a good fun car.
Happy enough out there?
Yeah, I think it's a shame that we've got such a small restrictor on the 2-litre engine. Otherwise, it'd be very competitive. But
10th position in the championship leaderboard. Are you looking at that?
Oh, we'd like to, yeah, for sure. I mean, the class is obviously the most important thing, and then
a man who knows how to chuck a four-wheel drive car around, Steve Hill, who pretty happy with his performance, and it's great to see an Evo 6 out, isn't it? Sideways on these stages. Look good on the gravel. And speaking of the battle of the Mitsubishis, Wayne Lavalestia with Darren Lavalestia alongside. Well, do you know what? When I spoke to you at Brands, you weren't really loving life. You thought that you weren't very fast, and you know, you went well in the end.
Thank you very much. Yeah, sort of hopefully replicate the times today, but I'm having too much fun to go fast.
You retired here last year. I don't want to remind you of that, but you did, and you needed to finish, don't you?
Yeah, we just promised ourselves a finish and a really good day. The times don't care, just want to get a finish.
Darren's tapping the dash.
And have some fun.
That's not wood. There we go. An entertaining pair joining us at Brands Hatch, and love watching them chuck that car around. Here we go. Sam Toozle over here from Jersey. Good to have you join us over here. Are you enjoying yourself? It's quite fast the pace out there, isn't it?
It's fast pace, but the thing is, you don't know where you're going. You didn't even get to see the circuit before we went out, but second time we looked faster. Just at the end of stages we're coming off there, got punch up, so get it fixed and go again.
You know, you're not meant to see the stage before you go out. That's how it works.
Well, normally you get a recce, don't you?
The circuit rally. You can tell where he's used to rallying. Good to have Sam Toozle, Francis Toozle with us here. And here we go. Stuart Cadman, Stuart Simpson. I've lost my place on the leaderboard, so I can't see exactly where you're sat at the moment on the leaderboard, but you look like you're going well out there. It's battle of the Mitsubishis, isn't it, in the class?
Yeah, that's nice to see them out, isn't it, all together? I like seeing them on the line.
3, 4, 6 and 8. We do need to line them up, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we do. They look good.
The rally car nerds will appreciate that, I'm sure. But happy enough out there?
It's been good, yeah. It's been, you know, it's slidey, but it's great. You know, you just got to drive, you know.
Slidey, but great. We'll take that, Stuart. There we go. Slidey, but great. Do you know what? I think that's a mission. At some point today, I would like to line up. I would like to line up these cars. All those Mitsubishis, Evo 3, Evo 4, Evo 6, and Evo 9 as well, haven't we here? So 5 different Mitsubishis to line up. I believe there were a couple of spectator cars as well. There's a Mitsubishi Evo 5 I saw. There's a Tommy Mackinnon edition at the McDonald's, so whether that's here as well, that would be a fantastic photo, wouldn't it? The Mitsubishi rally fans among you watching at home will be going, oh, do that, that would be good. I'll try my best. At the moment, just looking at the times, can't find the times for you at the minute, Vinny, but it was looking good when, oh, there you are. So at the moment, you are in 4th in class, that's not bad.
4th in class, that's not bad at all. We had a reverse on the last one, unfortunately, so hopefully we keep it tidy for the next ones.
If you get in that position in class but having to reverse, then look what will happen when you go forwards.
I'm absolutely happy with that. We do race on a budget. This is almost a standard car apart from a gripper diff, so we are really, really happy to...
Strong arms, but there's not much spec on that car. Vinny Cruz, Laura Christmas from the Christmas Mini last time out at Brands Hatch, you may remember. Nigel and Catherine Brain. I'm just looking down to see if I can find you on the leaderboard. Hello. Okay, we've got you. 22nd overall, 5th in class. Happy with that so far?
Very happy, thank you, Paul. Lovely to see as always. Yeah, going really well, enjoying it. But certainly a lot of cars out on that last stage. but all the crew seem to be out in okay, so that's the main thing.
Gravel looked fun in that first stage. You looked like you were having a bit too much fun.
Yeah, it is. It's not ideal, the car sits a bit low, but there's a lot of noise going to hit the bottom of it. But hey, it's fine. We signed up for the brilliant event as always, and great to be here. Aren't we lucky?
Nigel and Catherine causing me to get a bad back, having to bend down and reach inside the MX-5, but enjoying themselves, and I'll get a bad back reaching inside this one as well. Just a few miles from Hethel, the home of Lotus, and here they are with their Mad Max lights still on the roof. Happy?
First stage was not good. We had the wrong tyres, quite an eventful stage, to say the least. That one was a lot better. Got the wets on, found some grip. But yeah, first time at Snetterton. It's cracking event so far. Yeah, interesting stages.
Our spiritual home.
Is it?
Hethel's up the road, isn't it?
Of course, yes.
Tell from that reaction that you've not been nerdy enough to go and park your car next to the Lotus Elise and the your Lotus Europa in the paddock.
No, I did speak to the guy yesterday, but no, probably not.
Photo opportunity, which I will take if you park it over there later. Right, enjoy your day. Joseph Duffy, Daniel Duffy, 8th place overall in the championship so far. Drivers always pointing at co-drivers here. To interview the co-drivers. It's not happening just yet. Michael Boll, Izzy Lawrence come here after 2 top 20 finishes. He's still pointing at the co-driver. Izzy didn't sign up for that, you did. How did those 2 first stages go? You are really punching above your weight in this.
It's slippery still. We can't get traction down, so we're trying.
Far for top 20 at the moment on the leaderboard, 6th place in class.
Oh, that's good then. Good, we're happy with that.
Cheers. Happy to deliver the good news. Keep it going, guys. Michael Boll, convinced I should speak to Izzy. Grant Shand in the Rally Extreme Mark II. Seeing that Rally Extreme on the dash reminds me of our opening sequence on the RAC inside Oshan's car. Great to see this car out in the Circuit Championship. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, we've got some tyres with grip now. The first stage was very interesting. That was a lot more
interesting outside the car as well.
A lot more fun that time.
This is the RAC car, isn't it?
This is not the car that Osh drove this year. It's the car that he drove 2 years ago. Yeah, different car to the one he drove this year.
I'm still calling it as an RAC car, but good to see it out, and I love the Rothman style overalls. Just having some fun today?
Just out for a play.
And you are. You've got a big smile on your face. Grant Shand, James Brown in that Rally Extreme. Rothman's-esque liveried Mark II. Looks absolutely fantastic. Wow, you must have been the most sideways person through that first stage. You even got yourself caught out a couple of times on those hairpins, Scott. I'm trying to look on the leaderboard to see where you're currently sitting, but you were going well.
Yeah, it felt good. It was very slippy. We had a massive moment at the end of the main straight. We're sort of well over 100 mile an hour, and we'd run out a lot facing the other way, and it come back somehow, so we carried on, and yeah, it was good, real good fun though.
You slotted yourself into the top 20 now, you're 2nd in class, so sideways can be fast.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, totally, yeah. Yeah, we was a little bit too sideways on that one, as our rear arch and rear quarter could tell, but yeah, it was good though, we really enjoyed it. So we got
wrong family name to be saying a little too sideways. Scott Rayner, oh, there we go. Got too excited there coming out. Lee Dyke alongside in the GB Finch. An MGJ Engineering sponsored Mark II. A little too sideways, he said. I don't think you can have a little too sideways, can you? Here's me holding up the cruise in the stop control. Kyron, this is good. This looks fun.
Can I swear? Yeah, no, great fun, but we're just new car. We're puncturing that stage. Wrong tyres. We're having a few gearbox issues, so we'll just see if we can. Just get a little run in.
You're well down on the order at the minute, but you know, 3rd place to open the season. We haven't seen you since.
Oh, it's just been. We're changing the car. We've just been busy, getting ready for this really, and not our day today, so we'll use it the best we can.
All right. It's certainly a signal of intent bringing something like this out to play, so we'll see how you go. A little frustrated there, Kyron Ankin, James Swallow alongside, but you know what? Fairly relaxed about it, because when you bring a new car out to play, especially a car like that, these are not easy to drive. And those cars are not designed to be driven on tight, naturey little sections in paddocks like these, which adds to the challenge. They're designed to be driven on big, flowing WRC stages. third place at the moment, coming in here, third place in the championship overall. The man who said to me earlier that actually he's worked out that it's more fun doing rallying, watching in the pub than it is out here competing. You said that.
Gotta be right. We're doing okay. We're just plodding around, making no heroes, but we're doing okay, touch wood.
It's me looking down to see you on the leaderboard and see that you're second in class and 19th overall. So that's not exactly plodding. What will happen if you stop plodding, I wonder?
We'll crash.
Love that. Perfect answer. Ever the entertainer. Sam, I'm just scrolling down and having a look, see if I can find out where you are after that stage, because it's all coming thick and fast for us. You talk, and I'll look for your position.
So, unfortunately, stage one, a bit like Brands on stage one, we had a little spin, cost us some time. Only this time it was my own fault. But yeah, that second stage, we pushed on, made some good time, caught up Sheardy, which was always quite nice. And I know Paul go back a long way. Sam was mega, car's feeling good. Nice to see a few spectators about as well. So
a Mitsubishi Evo 3, Evo 4, Evo 6, and yours to play with out here. So that's pretty cool for the Mitsubishi Rally nerds.
Definitely, yeah, quite a few Evos. This is the biggest Group B cars that we've had this season. So yeah, a bit of competition today.
And you're fourth in the class at the moment in that competition, so it's a good place to be 2 stages in. Keep it going.
Thank you. Cheers.
I knew I'd find him eventually. Just trying to find people on the order as we go down. Trying to fight. Oh, there we go. Wasn't sure if he was going to stop then. Right, I'm looking for you on the leaderboard. Mark, at the moment, you are 8th place in the class, 32nd overall. That's not bad going. You were ever so sideways through stage 1.
Yes, I know.
You haven't forgotten that, have you?
No, and it's I can't believe how tight the course is, and you're so scared of hitting all these cones. Obviously, the open stuff, you can push it a bit, but tyre choice, it's so slippery out there. So, I've never seen it so slippery. I've got no idea why. It's almost like someone's put oil down. But
it's entertaining. You guys were sending it. Right, keep it going and we'll catch up with you later. Mark Kern, Kellen Watkins. Mark Watkins' son, and I did say I would catch up with Kellen later on. I will do. Mark was our instructor at the rally rides day that we had recently. More on that later. Alex, you look happy.
Yeah, really good, thank you. Yeah, had a good session then. It was good. Really fun.
Tell me how that went and I'll find your position.
Well, we moved up a few places, so we're about 14. Yeah.
Found you first in class, 14th overall. Pretty good. Co-driver's happy with that.
He is, yeah. Yeah, I am too. Yeah, all good. Very good.
All right, keep it going. I love when rally drivers get to the end of the stage and they're happy and they're enjoying themselves. That's what we want to see. More of that. Wow. I'm looking down to find your position, and
we got held up. Someone spun in front of us, so it held us up. So I don't quite know what happened there, but we had a good stage up until that point. So
top 10 in the class, though, Mick.
Is it? Yeah. Well, we'll take that. We're having a good bit of fun, as I say.
Nice and sideways.
Yeah, nice and sideways. There's plenty of sideways. It's a bit slippery out there today.
It is. It's very greasy. Grease is the word that we'll use. And Mick Johnson. I'm just looking down to see if I can find Mick on the leaderboard.
Stage, we've got a gearbox or a clutch problem at the moment, so back to service, have a look, see what it is.
What you can.
Yeah, it's starting to smell as well now, so we better better get.
We'll let you go and get us.
All right, mate.
Mick Johnson from MGJ Engineering, the man with his name above the door. Apologies for that. Keep him talking when the clutch has gone on the car. Wasn't a bad position to be in, given that. If you look at rallies.info, you can follow these results. I'm looking for David as I go down this. There we go. You'll have to open it from the inside, David. Happy with that?
Yeah, very good. No, yeah. Getting the swing of it now. Get the first one over, it's a bit of a worry, but get second, third, you start to swing into it then. But
looking down on the leaderboard, and at the moment, you are 13th in the class. So, a big push. You're not far off top 10.
Well, we're better now. We're on 4 cylinders. First stage, we was only on 3.
There we go. Keep it going. There we go. They've got to win. Most entertaining car of the rally. John and Louise Coolidge. I'll get it right this time. You were so sad. You were on the lock stop through that first stage. Not so much in that one, but the first stage you were on the lock stops.
Well, yeah, it's slippery at that time.
You did promise that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dirt's a nice bit. I love that.
It looks great as well on the dirt. It looks like you're just chucking this thing around.
Yeah, well, that's more forest car than it is tarmac.
Yeah. And you're going to be out in the forest soon as well.
Yeah, on 13th, I think it is. Yeah, with any luck, if we can get an entry.
Looking forward to that, but for now, it's just a case of entertaining everybody here at Snetterton.
Yeah, we'll try.
One of the cars of the rally. It's great to see John and Louise out broadside in that angler every opportunity. Listen at it. Listen at it. Fantastic rally car. Bursting with character. John is a class lead at this stage and quite a comfortable one at that. So how do you manage that with just 2 stages down?
No idea. No idea.
It's a horrible question.
It is, but wets. I went out on wets and yeah, it's just worked out for us. So yeah.
Are they overheating now?
So the back's going to stay, front's coming off. So we're going to go for medium.
Strategy, 2 stages in, John Bray. Super softs, there we go, super softs. We're not allowed to talk super softs in rallying. Damien, you happy enough out there?
Yes, a bit slippery, but fun.
You've got a big sign on your dashboard that says lights. Why?
Turn them on before the start of the stage.
Just a bit extra ominous in people's rearview mirrors?
No, you need to, it's a regulation to turn your lights on, so just so I remember.
You definitely don't want a daft, you don't want a daft penalty for a regulation like that. I'm looking down to see if I can find the first of our... Use that brake, Ryan. You guys are going quite well at that. I'm just looking down. 7th place in the class at this point.
Brilliant. I'm really pleased with that. That's really good.
Yeah. Laura got lots of airtime in that first stage because I thought she was in the Anglia.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Mom's not very happy.
I know.
But no, it's going well. You enjoy yourself by the looks of it.
Absolutely, yeah. The opportunity to go sideways all the time is great, isn't it?
Yeah. And it was nice and greasy that first stage. You looked a bit more neat and tidy there, though.
Absolutely, yeah. But coming into some of the braking zones, it's difficult because you are braking traction. There's a lot of cars spinning out there, so that's one to keep an eye on. Just keeping me on the straight and narrow.
Sensible heads for Ryan and Laura in the GT86. Got a bit of damage. Looks like we've got maybe a bit of a crunch on this rear suspension. We've got a bit of a crunch on this rear corner.
We have indeed, yeah. Come off at the S's and onto the dirt. It was a massive hole. It chucked us up, spent my steering. Next corner, slid into the concrete.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, damage limitation isn't going too bad because you're at the moment 17th in class, Mike.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. Keep
20 in class and having a clump the back of the car's not bad, is it?
See if we can repair it and we'll be back out.
That's it. That's the spirit. Mike Webb, Steve Noble in the Fiesta ST. I tell you what, these cars are coming thick and fast now. Having to pick my way through this leaderboard. Nigel, you are 4th in class at this stage. It's not bad.
Yeah, no, going well. Loads of little mistakes, but we're not hitting anything. That's the important thing. There's been a few out there, walloped into the chicanes, walloped into the Armco. So, yeah, just keeping it on the road. Hopefully we'll, if we can come out at the end of the day at 4th, I'll be happy with that. This is a gravel spec car. We're out with a daughter. 2nd event. So, yeah, all having fun.
That's the way to have a family day out. Great to see Nigel Booley, Tia Booley alongside for her 2nd event. There are quite a few spectators wandering around with mirrors in their hands. I've got to say, did you just squirt me with something? It was the washers, wasn't it? I feel like I've had a wash now. I'm looking for your position, and I can't find you on the leaderboard at the minute. How's it gone? Oh, there you are. You have gone 7th in class.
7th in class, so I'm quite happy with that because I started at the back. My 3rd rally in my life. Now I'm an old codger now at 60, so it's never too late, is it?
Yeah, you're not driving like you're an old codger. It looks fun out there, slippery.
Yeah, very slippery indeed. Obviously caught a few people out. So, yeah, you have to be very, very careful and get the power down when you can. Yeah.
Fantastic. Keep it going.
Okay, thank you very much.
Here's the Chevette that I mentioned earlier, Mark Wade, Jonathan Williams. And it looks fab. This thing looks great fun.
It's a lot of fun now we're on the right tyres. The first loop we went out of medium slicks and that was a terrible choice.
You say that, but you're 10th in class, Mark, at this stage.
Really? Oh, I'll take that.
Top 10, but you know, we got this with Wayne Labalester at the last round. He was like, oh, that was rubbish. It was really slow, and actually it wasn't.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we spun 3 times on the first loop, so maybe that's the way to do it.
We enjoyed watching it. There we go. Love a Chevette. But then you probably knew that about me. I'm just looking on the leaderboard. You can do the same at rallies.info. I'm trying to find you on the leaderboard to find out where we're at.
On that bit.
There we go. We are 5th in class at the moment.
Pardon?
15th class at the moment.
15th last?
Yeah.
Oh, better than what we expected.
Yeah, well, I thought that, given your reaction to me looking on the leaderboard. I was looking in roughly the right place.
I mean, we haven't actually got a clutch.
Right, I'll let you go and sort that then.
Lovely.
No clutch means a bit of time spent in service. I'll tell you what, this Fiesta ST is ever so low. That is a very low Fiesta ST, and I know you're rallying for a good cause today. I'm just trying to look for your position on the leaderboard, so tell me about your Robin Cancer Trust.
Robin Cancer Trust is a local charity to us that creates awareness for ovarian and testicular cancer, and we're very proud to bring some more awareness to it, as you can see by the rear screen, if you see.
And I found your position now. You are 18th in class at the moment, top 20, and yeah, is it lower than it should be?
No, we suffered 2 punches on that one. I got on the back straight and I changed to keep us in the game, and then I got this one on the rough just as we were finishing off, so 2 punches on one stage. So not good, but we're still...
Plenty of airtime for the charity.
Absolutely.
I'm going to just move up a little bit and just allow the marshals to do their job. David Rowley, I'm looking for his position on the leaderboard. There we go. I'm getting good at finding these positions now. 14th in the class leaderboard at the moment, and you look really neat and tidy compared to a lot of people out there.
Well, since it's the first time I've driven the car, and it's Max's first ever event, it must be doing okay then.
Yeah, no, it's going well. It looks fun as well.
So my driver's got to work today, so he said, take it out for a drive, enjoy yourself. So that's what we're doing.
Fantastic. There we go. That's what you do. If your driver says drive the car, you drive the car. That isn't David Rowley then, is it? But it definitely is Max Mully alongside. There we go, 12th in class at the moment, Alan. That's not bad. It's pace is high out there.
Good for me. Good for me. Yeah.
Nice and sideways as well in the first stage.
Yeah. It's very skiddy.
Very skiddy. We like that. He's enjoying himself. Big smile on his face. Having to juggle the entry list and the results here to bring you a bit of a flavour of what's going on. This Mark II sounds like it needs a bit of work in service. At the moment, though, 15th in class. You're having lots of fun out there as well, and it looks great.
It's very tricky, it's very slippy, but it's good fun, yeah.
You need to sort that exhaust out. Sounds like a tractor.
Yeah, it came off on the rough stuff somewhere.
There we go. Okay. Well, told you, Andy Yeoman's John Shepherd sounds a bit like a tractor, that Mark II RS 2000, doesn't it? And that is what a Pinto... Nope, they're not stopping for us. That is what a Pinto sounds like. Unbridled with no exhaust attached. Jeff Gourier, Ben Taylor, not wanting to stop for us. They are 16th in class at the moment, in Class D. Okay, I'm looking down at the moment to find you on the leaderboard. Have you got a time put in? I can't find you. Oh, I can. There you go, second in class at the moment. John's out there in a bit of a comfortable lead, but you guys come here leading the championship.
Yeah, we just go out and enjoy it. We look at the times at the end. We're just here to get a finish and enjoy, and it's been good few stages so far. Spin on first stage, but yeah, just out enjoying it.
I'm sorry to ruin the plan and tell you the times part way through, but you know, are you looking at the championship at this stage?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we're definitely keeping an eye on it. There's not loads of people in it, but yeah, we're definitely here doing the championship. Yeah.
Excellent news. Kate Thompson, who's doing a great job out there. Reese Brooks alongside. Let's have a look. Ellie, happy enough with that? I know you had a bit of a do in there.
Pardon?
You had a bit of a do in there.
Yeah, kind of like they got us out hard, but you know, keep going.
But enjoying yourself, you've got a big smile on your face.
Yeah, I've got a smile on my face because it's my first time out. I'm just doing my best. Bit of
Nice
slip.
car for your first rally ever, but you're doing a good job considering that. Enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go, first time out, fantastic from Ellie Taylor. Kat Lund alongside in the Fiesta R2. And always a bit intimidating being shoved in a microphone at the end of a stage, especially when it's your first time in the rally car. Come on, Maz, move up a little bit. Maz, you're having fun out there, I can tell.
It's absolutely brilliant. I love all the gravel stuff. It's absolutely so much fun.
Did you go a little bit too fast into the gravel stuff on the first stage? You look like you got yourself a little crossed up.
No, I thought it was okay. I like to go sideways, you know, it's good fun. Throw it
You meant to do it, that's the right answer. Maz Miller, Ian Davidson enjoying themselves. And we've got, let the spectator car cross through. Looking down the leaderboard, and it's getting harder and harder because it's getting busy out there on that leaderboard. You can tell me how it went because I'm struggling to find the leaderboard.
We've spun on both stages so far. We've got no reverse gear, so we're good.
Anything you can do with that?
I drove this car for the first time this morning, so we're not very quick. We're better on that one. But
You are 6th in class though, John. It's not bad considering.
I'll take that. I'll take that all day. Out of 6. I'll take that.
Yeah, take that.
We're just here for a laugh. So.
Let's just hope you don't need a reverse. That's the plan.
We did this morning, unfortunately. Okay. So we lost 6 minutes on the first one, I think, something silly. But no, we're good. Great. Cars are
There we go. Okay. Enjoying himself, despite not having reverse and having a couple of spins. John Skoltok, Daniel Gallant, first time out in that Impreza, 6th place in class, 53rd on the overall leaderboard. Where are we on the leaderboard? Looking for those times. At the moment, Tommaso, you're 3rd in the class. That's not bad, is it?
Fantastic. I'm real chuffed with that one.
I bet you
it's it's our 3rd rally in my life, so I'm really looking forward to completing the next stages, and it's been a really great race so far, and it's very slippery out there, but it's a lot of fun.
Lots of different surfaces as well here at Snet.
Lots of different surfaces, and it's a fantastic venue as well because you can experience all that rally has to offer.
What did I say about rally drivers enjoying their rally? And Tommaso Porter there, definitely enjoying himself. Paul Topping alongside. If you're just tuning in, this is round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. And I promised you some stories, didn't I, from here at Snetterton, and I will bring you some of those stories in a short while. There's a few people here that I want to catch up with when we do a bit of a wander around the stage. We're 2 stages in, and to remind you, we're going to be live again on specialstage.tv, or indeed, if you're watching directly on YouTube or Facebook, we'll be live there as well for stages 5 and 6 later in the afternoon. What time are we going live again this afternoon, Producer Wayne? Around 3 o'clock, depending on rally timings. Of course, we will adjust to suit, so plenty of live action to go on this second stage, and indeed for the rest of the day here at Snetterton. We'll bring you some more reaction from the last few crews on the entry, and then we will bring you action on the stage from the Junior F1000 crews again. To remind you, for the juniors, Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow lead the way at the moment. 2 seconds the gap from George Fenner, Latio and Izzy Holman. Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull in 3rd place at the moment, just 7 seconds back, and just 3 seconds back from them, our reigning champions coming here looking to defend that. Charlie Matthewson, Ian Bass, doing a good job so far, but just getting to grips with that new car. And interesting listening to Charlie talking, not sure exactly why he jumped into a new car, having had such a good season in the Peugeot 107, but he's got that Volkswagen for this season. But power steering, the biggest change for him, and if you can imagine going from, especially at that age, having not driven any road cars really, jumping from a car with no power steering to a car with power steering. It sounds good, and in some ways obviously it is easier, but it's not easy when you've been used to a certain way of driving. Suddenly power steering makes things a lot easier, and suddenly you're thrown into a car with power steering. We will just get some reaction from the crews at this end of the field. Are you happy enough out there?
Yeah, good, yeah, really enjoying it.
Quite a few cars out from Silverstone Rally School. You're having a bit of banter within the team.
Yeah, it's fun, yeah, having a really good time.
So you've got the overall leaderboard, the class leaderboard, and then the team leaderboard, no doubt.
Yeah.
Bit of a battle going on out there. Just to remind you, we're 2 stages in, and we have the Junior F1000 competitors to go. We're going to just head down to the stage for the first of those junior competitors through, and they'll be into the stage straight after the senior field. Nice, smooth organisation so far from the East Anglia Motor Club, isn't it? 12 different motor clubs making up the 12 different motorclubs making up the organising team for the Snetterton Stages Rally. George Fenner-Lateo, Izzy Holman, just going through the tight, slippery section here in the paddock in their little micro. Second place overall in the junior leaderboard at the moment. 2 seconds behind our leaders, Riley Chester and Vittorio Swallow. And having to keep an eye on those wing mirrors on the micro as well, because just 7 seconds behind the hard charging and super enthusiastic Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull in the Suzuki Alto. Thomas Marriott, Rob Brooke, only 4 seconds off Henry Cumwell. Mark Williams in 8th place. In that Peugeot 107 you see through the paddock section will join our junior crews at the end of the stage as well. But here is a reminder of our overall results so far. 2 stages into round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. Michael Igo, Will Atkins lead the way in the Citroen C3 Rally 2, 9 seconds ahead of John Griffiths and Emma Morrison in the Fiesta R5. On an identical overall time to Patrick O'Donovan and Jack Morton in the Hyundai i20 R5, who came on strong through that second stage. They're in 3rd place at the moment. Will they stay there? They'll be doing everything they can to overhaul our reigning champions in that orange Fiesta. It's Chris West, Steve Cox, not registered for championship points, but former champions here in the Circuit Rally Championship. They're in 4th at the moment. Chris, with his strapped up knee, having had that accident between Christmas and New Year in the Peugeot 205 on the road, testing the car before the Rixie stages, is doing a remarkable job of keeping the hammer down in that 306. And then behind them and back on our championship crews, Paul Murrow, Jonathan Kennedy, 5th place, just 8 seconds back from the 306 Maxi. Ollie O'Donovan, Ashley Morris had a struggle on in there, breaking something on the rear suspension, crabbing the car through, but doing a very good job of limiting the damage to come out of that stage 6th overall, and just 5 seconds behind Murrow in the Fiesta R5. Tony Robinson, Paul Spooner at the moment, 7th place. And then it's Sean Quigley, Colin Quigley, who had a bit of a shocker through the first stage, but got back on terms in stage 2. We'll be hoping for more of the same in stage 3. They're in 8th place at the moment. Fair way back, 53 seconds back from the Skoda up ahead. So in a bit of a battle of their own with our Jersey rally pair, Sam Touzle, Francis Touzle. Of course, not for championship points, but as far as honour here today at Snetterton goes. Martin Hodgson, Tony Jones rounding out the top 10 at the moment. First of our 2-wheel drive cars, and rallying as always with a smile on their face. James Garner and Jordan Joins in the orange Darien were having a bit of a battle with them for the bottom end of the top 10. It's not happening as Garner came through at the end of that stage, being pushed in, didn't he, with no clutch. Currently lying back in 13th overall. So behind Martin Hodgson is Steve Hill, Matt Daniels in the Mitsubishi Evo 6. 11th place overall, but leading Class B at this stage. That is your top 10 here in the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship, and right now you're watching action on this second stage from our Junior F1000 Rally Championship crews. Jalilia Mohammed, Michael Gilby there in the Peugeot 107, Lulu, as Michael affectionately called her after that stage, having a ball inside that car. 2nd ever rally, the first one was at Anglesey, and this is a very different kettle of fish. This is fast. It's a fast-flowing circuit section of the stage, combined with the tight, slippery paddock infield section, and then that gravel section at the back as well to finish things off. We'll get a few of our reactions from the Junior 1000 F1000 Rally Championship crews before we round things off on this first stream from today's action here at Snetterton. As you can hear, apologies for the voice, not in best of conditions, bout of man flu, but I wouldn't get sympathy from my wife, nor should I expect it from you, so here we are, but we'll struggle on. we'll talk to our top 3 or 4 as long as we have some action on stage to go with it here in the F1000 Juniors. I'm interested to hear how Charlie Mathewson has got on after that stage. If you want to follow the live results throughout the day, particularly for those 2 stages in the middle part of the day where we're not live, you can do that at rallies.info. There's a separate leaderboard for the Senior Rally and the F1000 Junior Rally Championship. The story I was going to tell you about Snetterton, which of course isn't as known as an iconic venue for rallying. There's places like Cadwell, Alton Park, Donington Park perhaps, is from the 1970, I think it's the 1976 Tour of Britain. We're doing this interview, this Legend series, and we're kicking off with Mike Broad, who was co-driver to some of the biggest rally legends and has some of the best stories in rallying. Do look out for that. But Mike was telling us that he was co-driving here for Jerry Marshall in the Chunky Chickens Magnum, if you remember that. It's a 4-cylinder Magnum. Not the easiest of machines to be chucking around the country on what was a pretty epic event in those days. Some interesting stories in that interview with Mike from the Eckend stage, where frankly Jerry was terrified. But here at Snetterton, they were about to go out to do the stage on the circuit before they headed north, and no one could find Jerry. And someone came to find Mike in the service area and said to him, we can't find Jerry. Mike knew exactly where to find him. He found him in the bar with, I believe, Roger Clark. And they were just having a couple of extra pints before they went out and did the rest of the stage. Interesting days, those, and incredible stories of real heroes and heady days. Works teams everywhere, big sponsors everywhere. Fantastic. So do check out that interview when it goes live very soon at specialstage.tv, which, in case you missed the news last night, has launched as the new place to watch rallying on TV and online. Every bit of live coverage that we're covering on Special Stage from the UK's top gravel and asphalt championships, plus the Circuit Rally Championship, one-off events and special features as well. Live and highlights packages, special features all on that website for you to watch. The new place for Rally TV is specialstage.tv. And if you're joining us on there today, thank you for checking it out. I think you'll find it's a pretty special website. Thank you very much to Dan Elmore of Rallying Is Life for putting that together with our producer, Wayne Goldring. It's taken a lot of work to put something together that gives you a really easy platform for getting all of your rally coverage in one place. You can stream it to your TV. You can also find details of when the coverage will be on Freeview TV channels on there as well. And that's a very good point. It is free. All of our coverage, the Circuit Rally Championship, like today, of the Pro Tyre, BTRDA and Motorsport UK Asphalt Rally Championships, of everything we do, everything is free. Nothing's behind a paywall. And we just want to grow the audience for rallying. That was our mission 15 years ago. So to launch that platform last night with 2 very big links, one for live Rally TV, one for past coverage and highlights programs, which start again in March. Our Special Stage Rally Show back, this time sponsored by the Mini Cooper Challenge, John Goff's Rally Championship. Thank you to he and Guy Butler for their support with the Special Stage Rally Show. Looking forward to that being back. We'll feature action from this championship, from the BTRDA, the Pro Tyre Asphalt, British Rally Championship and various other rallies across the UK. We might even chuck a bit of off-road racing action in there from the All-Wheel Drive Club Safari Championship as well, for something a little bit different. But you won't go far wrong if you like filling your days with rally coverage if you go to specialstage.tv. Big shout out to the boys out on the stage filming for you today. Luke Leonard, Phil Bramall. Mason's on the walkabout camera with me. And we've got producer Wayne in the new Special Stage van, which as yet isn't a studio because it is brand new. It's just a van, so he's sat there with his deck chair and his pop-up table in the back of the van, which is interesting. But it will be back to studio spec very shortly, I'm assured. Interestingly, or not, you tell me, we recently had to change all of the broadcast equipment and the platform that we use for the live broadcasts for the studio, and it's been a real struggle to deliver what we're doing when we were so used to using a different platform. I'm just delighted it didn't happen just for the RAC, because we would have been absolutely knackered. Here we go then, the first of our Junior F1000 Championship cruise through into the stop control. First on the road will be Charlie Mathewson. At the moment, looking at the leaderboard, still 4th place, just 2 seconds though back from Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull. So you've got these 4, I guess, more experienced, I won't call them experienced crews because they're not, are they, at their age, having just done 1 season of rallying, but you've got these 4 crews who were in the championship last season, including our reigning champion Charlie Mathewson. So you've got Riley Chester, Victoria Swallow leading the way, Mackenzie Snowden, Jonathan Turnbull in 3rd place, Charlie Mathewson in 4th, and then Josh Slaughter behind in 5th, and then just slotting himself casually into that field of more experienced junior competitors. Is George Fennelateo, Izzy Holman in the Nissan Micra. It's Micra's 1st and 2nd here, but perhaps the first surprise of the season. It's always interesting when you come back out for a new season of rallying, and in this junior championship with these kids, let's not forget, some of them as young as 14, many of them 14, 15, 16. Impressive, and it's always interesting to see who comes out of the blocks and shows themselves to be a new contender early on. So I don't know, maybe we'll go for a little wander up, or will we? No, I think they're a little bit too far away from our satellite for us to get decent coverage doing that, but we'll just wait and get some reaction from just the top 2 or 3 before we have to finish this first stream. We've then got some TV duties for the rally show and for the programme, which you can see, the highlights show, which will come out in the next week or so from this 5th round of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. Just getting the nod, actually. We might have to wrap things up there. The timings haven't quite worked out for us to catch up with our junior crews after that 2nd stage, but needless to say, we'll do that this afternoon. But that's it from Snetterton for our first live stream of the day. We will be back with you at around 3 o'clock for stages 5 and 6 with more action from a very slippery but very mild, I'm pleased to say, Snetterton for round 5 of the MGJ Engineering Circuit Rally Championship. Michael Igoe leads the way, 9 seconds of a lead, but it's John Griffiths and Emma Morrison keeping that pair ahead. Honest, shall we say. Will Atkins in that Citroen up ahead, but Patrick O'Donovan and Jack Morton have come on strong. They're on an identical overall time in 3rd place at the moment with John Griffiths and Emma Morrison. What a fight we've got to look forward to. You can follow the live results on rallies.info right now for the next couple of stages, and we'll be back with you for stages 5 and 6 from round 3.